New hair, new campground. I'm at a BLM campground on the Nestucca River, deep in the Oregon coastal range. We've got a cozy campfire, a yummy meal, and both a river and a creek right next to camp. Let's get camp set up, shall we? I think I lucked out on the site. I'm at site number 2 at Fan Creek Campground. This is going to be really cool, sleeping to the sound of the river at night. I mean, the river is just right here. Okay, it's hotter than hell. I'm gonna just do the bare minimum, and then if I need to break out my wool blanket or something else, I can do that, so. So there's something very liberating about chopping off 7 inches of your hair. I had been growing my hair out since before I went to Iceland. That was 2 years ago, and I thought it was time. It just feels like kind of like a new chapter in my life, and that kind of coincides with my desire to disperse camp out there in the wild. Pretty excited for new adventures, new beginnings, new campgrounds, you know. I love being right by the river. It's pretty cool. And, you know, camping somewhere where I've never camped before. I felt like it was time to chop off my hair. Okay, I want to show you, like right behind my tent, there's this little creek that feeds into the river. Can you see that down there? So that's what I'll be hearing all night when I sleep. I'll have my own built-in white noise. Pretty excited about that. So I got some vacuum sealed jerky that my dad made me several months ago. It's been in the freezer ever since then. So this campground was my second choice, actually. I procrastinated on the first campground and I wasn't able to reserve because they changed it to first come first serve. So when I arrived there to take a look at the site, it was a pretty nice site, but there was a guy that was in the site up above because this first site was in like a little, like a downhill area. So it didn't seem very private. I got here and I liked the site here that I have. It's very private. Okay, I'm gonna be burning someone's trash. Disgusting, but what can you do? It's my favorite fire starter, Fast Fire. I've got a link in my description if you wanna give it a shot. Little pieces of kindling. Okay, there we go. So I guess the moral of the story is everything happens for a reason. So had I booked that site online beforehand, I probably wouldn't have been very happy with having some dude on a motorcycle like in the camp up above me. So this is actually perfect. And this campsite is actually down the hill a little bit, so it's pretty nice. I like it. Now let's see if we can get this fire to start. Yeah, the BLM office told me that they weren't providing any firewood just yet at the campsite, so I had to go buy some at Ace Hardware. So hopefully this wood burns. So while we wait for some coals to develop, I have a couple campsites booked for June up in Washington. I've got my favorite campsite at Beaver Campground. I got that I think for 2 nights, and then I have a new campsite at a new campground that I haven't been to. I drove through it. I'll play something on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I got a Primo site for 1 night in June, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to book a couple more sites up in the Mount Hood area for probably July. So we've got some great summer camping in the forest this summer. So, and then I might head back to the beach in August. I haven't decided yet, so we'll see. Oh, and I forgot to mention that up in Mount Hood, there's this area, there's several dispersed campsites. And if I'm brave enough, I might spend 1 night by myself. So we'll see. Okay, so for dinner, we're gonna do something kind of simple and lighter, meaning like no really like heavy meat. So I've got some vacuum sealed fried rice. This is from P.F. Chang's. It was kind of dry when we had it, but it looks pretty juicy in here. So I'm gonna warm this up in the hot water. And then I've got some pot stickers that we'll fry up. I think they're chicken. So we'll put those on the cast iron. And I forgot my butter. I was gonna fry them up in butter, but I have a little bit of oil left, so I'll just do that. So we'll see how this one turns out and if it's good. See how that goes. Okay, so you're kind of supposed to steam these. These in the pan. They say put a 1/4 cup in, but I'm just gonna see how it goes. The table isn't very level. Can't believe I forgot my butter. Normally with pot stickers, I'd boil them first, frozen, and then I'd pan fry them, but these weren't frozen, so they're kind of falling apart. Let's just turn these off. I think these were fully cooked. Maybe they weren't. I don't remember now. Last thing I want to do is eat raw chicken. We'll just kind of keep them with the heat off and the lid on for a while. It's very warm. Put that on the plate. That's a lot of rice. I probably won't eat it all. Check out these pot stickers. It's not my finest moment. Okay, this comes with some kind of sauce. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in my little silicone cup thing. So here's my P.F. Chang's leftover fried rice and pot stickers with the sauce. Let's try the fried rice first. Show you a little. Hopefully this is cooked. It should be. That's better than the first time. It's unfortunate, this campsite's really on a slope. It's not very even, so everything keeps sliding down. The tent pad isn't the most even part either, so we'll see how I sleep. I love these dish wipes. They're awesome. I did the one thing I said I wasn't gonna do. I ate all the rice. It was really good. Okay, now that we're done with dinner, we don't have to worry about the whole YouTube algorithm. Let's just have a chat. Just you and me. I mentioned earlier that my hair was growing out for the last 2 years. So the last time I had it done was back in Iceland. Iceland is the thing that actually kickstarted this camping for me. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here somewhere. When I went to Iceland the first time, the only time, it was just awe-inspiring. And I had this epiphany that I don't need to travel to see beautiful things because I have a beautiful backyard here in Oregon. But my dream is to go back to Iceland, and I would love to camp the Ring Road, which is the main road that goes the entire island of Iceland. So the only way I can get back to Iceland is to monetize this channel. And it's not to make money, it's to have a possibility of going back. Because if I can monetize this channel, I can help kind of offset the cost to go camping here in Oregon, and it can also help me raise a little cash so I can actually buy a ticket. So if you want to join me on that journey of going back to Iceland to camp the Ring Road, I would love to have you come along. To get monetized, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. And 4,000 watch hours is a requirement. So if you haven't subscribed yet, just go ahead and subscribe, and then we'll keep camping in Oregon and Washington, and then maybe someday we'll get back to Iceland and camp there too. So I would love to have you join me. Good morning. It started warming up once the sun was coming up over that mountain over there, but now some clouds and a little bit of fog started rolling in, so now it's getting chilly, but I'll show you the blue sky up above. I think last night was the warmest that I've slept. I was almost kind of sweating, and it was so nice having the river roaring all night long. It was nice to sleep that way. Okay, I'm gonna start making some breakfast. So I just had the camp host come and check on me because he hadn't seen me. Thought that was really sweet. He's an 80-year-old. He's been hosting up here for 14 years. So he gave me the down low of all the dispersed campsites up here. So that was kind of cool. He also said that there's a female black bear that likes to hang out across the river when the huckleberries are out in the summertime. So apparently there's a lot of bears in this area. So we might go check out some dispersed campsites while I'm up here. There's a bunch of them up on the ridge overlooking coastal range. So we're gonna make a Spam, potato, and egg skillet. So we'll let that kind of go. Sun is out, it's getting warm. Potatoes are finally cooked, so I'm going to cook the Spam. We're gonna go ahead and add the potatoes back in. Feels a little crispy. Do a little cheddar and a little jack. Okay, let's give this a little shot here. That was very good. A little spice from the taco sauce. Potatoes are cooked perfectly. Okay, you guys, I had a fantastic time here at Fan Creek Campground. Anyways, I'm headed to my next campground for the night, and it's going to be pretty epic. It's a very popular campsite. It's right on the river as well, and it has a view of a waterfall, so you don't want to miss it. So make sure you subscribe, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, will ya? Let's get on to the next one. See you later. Thanks for watching. Until then, go chase your own wild.